All right, welcome to another awesome episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Today we have a powerhouse in the building. We have Miss Debra Antney, aka Aunt Deb, aka Miss A. She is a music consultant, motivational speaker, hip-hop pioneer, philanthropist. She is a Jackie of all trade. But listen, we're gonna have a great interview. We've been having a great interview behind the scenes. Miss Debra Antney, how are you?
Are you laughing already?
I'm laughing. And so, we've had a great conversation behind the scenes, and I'm looking forward to having this great conversation now. And so before we start, a lot of people may know you, as a music pioneer, somebody who has helped the careers of so many people. But in your words, who is Debra Antney?
Just Debra Antney.
Okay.
Like, that's who I am.
Okay.
I don't know the person that other people know. And that's just so real. I'm a lot of people. You just named a whole bunch of people.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know her. I just know who I am. I just know Debra Antney. That's who I am. So whoever I need to be at whatever time I need to be that person, it's who I am. But just note that I'm Debra Antney.
And that's interesting, right? So this is Inside the Vault. So I want to get all into like your mindset, right? So when we think about the vault being the most valuable place where they keep money, right? And then your mindset is the most valuable place. You said something that's very poignant, right? You said that you are whoever you need to be, right? And you know that person as Debra Antney. But if you were to describe Debra in a word or two, what is that word? Like, how does Debra describe Debra?
I don't. I really don't. One of the things with me is really difficult for me to talk about me. And I am a lot of people, and I know that I'm a lot of people, And who is it that you want to know?
From watching your career, knowing your story, knowing, who you are, right? The different people that you are. One of the things that stands out for me is that you have always taken on the role of leader, right? A role of supporter, the role of helping and serving, right? Where does that come from? What is that personality that no matter what role you play, all these things I just named, no matter what role I just named, it's all leadership, it's all serving, it's all helping. Where does that come from?
That man upstairs.
Okay.
Those are the things that I was ordained to do.
Yeah.
Like, period. I don't know. I love helping people.
Yeah.
Like, that's something that I just love to do. Even when I don't want to do it, I'm doing it.
And is it like what's the satisfaction, or what do you get out of helping people?
You know what's funny? Because now I feel like I'm on that show again that really dig in, because it's kind of difficult to share a lot of things, you know what I'm saying, to tell. But certain people that I help, I'm helping me.
Okay.
To be perfectly honest with you.
Yeah.
Me doing for others is something I wish somebody would do for me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or at that time that I could have been saved, or somebody thought of me enough to just do these things.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I get a lot of satisfaction out of helping another person, because there's a part of me that's gonna heal.
I like that. Yep.
I'm gonna heal.
Yeah.
So it's a fair exchange to me.
Yeah.
And that's why when people be upset and talk about different things, oh, you did this for this one, that one didn't do, they did do a lot for me.
Yeah.
They did a lot. You just don't know that.
Yeah.
So because I'm not talking about it and I'm not sharing it, that doesn't mean that I didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah. Yeah, I love that, because I can relate, because I know, for me, my background has been, as a banker, growing up in the projects in New York City, Harlem, Fresh Out to Harlem. No, I'm joking. Behind the scenes, we'll talk about that, right? But Fresh Out to Harlem, that's why I got my New York stuff on. But me growing up in Harlem, I didn't have role models, right? My role models were street, people in the street. And so when I decided to get a job as a banker, I had to figure things out by myself, right? I had it was uncharted territory. It was a lot of pain, a lot of trying to figure things out. I was a young guy, maneuvering a place that I've never maneuvered. And then when I got to a certain position, even to this day, I take pride in helping youth, especially people who come from the streets who need help, because I see what that did for me. Is that similar to you? Like, how did your upbringing, growing up in Queens, New York, Queens General, how did that,
Born in Queens General.
Okay, you were born in Queens General.
Yeah. But I also had street people that I was governed by, that I was raised by.
Yeah.
It was the same thing for me. You know what I'm saying? So those were the people that I looked up because that was what it was back then.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I did become a product of my environment, at some point in time, but I always did something else. So there always was love that I had for school. I was very curious to know who I was really, because I came from such a dysfunctional family. And I had good friends. Like, the crazy thing is that coming up, even though I did a lot of stuff in my community, a lot of my friends were not black. So when I went around them and, was going into their house, plus I grew up not knowing my identity. Because of coming from a mixed background, it was like really crazy. I didn't know my identity. You know what I'm saying? One week I was Spanish, the next week I was Italian, the next, it was like all these different things of who I was, which was really crazy then.
And so when you say mixed background, so what is your background?
Mixed. It's mixed up.
Yeah.
It's a lot of things going on in me.
Yeah.
And learning that, but then there was so many secrets within my family. Like, they didn't want to talk about things. Like, they didn't want to share things. So who am I?
Yeah.
Who am I? So here, as I'm growing up and I'm learning all of the not good things that I'm learning, and I'm being taught, the street side of things,
Yeah.
I'm also looking at things like, this is crazy, sitting at the dinner table, who's getting punched, who's getting a black eye, And the crazy thing is that everybody had good jobs.
Yeah.
It wasn't like they did not have good jobs. Even those that were alcoholics and addicts, they had good damn jobs.
Yeah.
But then why were these things like this? And I immediately had no taste for a husband. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not what I wanted. I immediately had no taste for a lot of things, just watching all the things that went on within my family.
Yeah.
Listening to my mother scream and being drugged. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I'm not going through this. Like, this is what I'm not going through.
Right.
So, but yet, for my mom, there was no money. And how was I going to do all these things? Because I wanted to go to school.
Yeah.
But that wasn't pushed for me to do. So I had to take long ways, but I still went in to learn. But I didn't learn to help you. Unlike you wanting to help people, I learned because I wanted to help me. I wanted to know who I was.
Yeah.
Where did I come from? What's the dysfunction? What makes me click? I knew I had the desire for this room because I loved money. You know what I'm saying? At 9 years old, I started getting money. I started watching kids fight over money. I'd throw the money up in the air at lunchtime, so I started watching that.
Yeah.
But I knew I had a desire, and I knew that that was something that was controlling. So I gotta be careful because I'm gonna give you too much.
Nah, give me.
I
I
feel
want
comfortable.
all of it,
And-
Ms. Deb.
This is so crazy because the more I talk about a lot of this stuff, the more things come up out of me and the more that I remember, because I have a wall today that's shutting down.
Sure.
Yesterday I was ashamed and I was embarrassed. I don't want people to know my life.
Yeah.
Like, it was crazy.
Yeah.
Like, how do I explain this?
Yeah. Yeah.
How do I explain all the things that I went through? And then who is she? Who is she really?
Yeah. Yeah. And so not 9 years old, right?
I was getting money the wrong way.
You're getting money, and then how did that continue to this you wanting to take care of your family, or you wanting to just have this control of your life, right? How did that graduate from 9 years old?
Oh, it progressed. It wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? But it was good for me.
Okay.
At that time, like, you can't condemn me for something I have no knowledge of.
Yep.
You know, when you know better, you do better.
Yep.
But this was a way of life for me. So now I had to work towards, in one side of my life, of being this big kingpin, to the other side of my life, having my children in the house and all the stuff, but he was never included. You understand what I'm saying? So in my head, there was multiple things that was going on in there, but not going to be the doctor, the lawyer, or any of that kind of stuff. That wasn't in the, that was nowhere in the makings of any of it.
Yeah.
It was, how do I progress to make this bigger, or I beat all of these adults out on things, that I get to have the money that they have and not this little change that I was getting. I'm just not very comfortable with a lot of it and talking about just yet. And I don't want to give that to you yet.
Yeah, that's fine.
So, but
yeah. And
it
then
was a task.
Yep. And then so now, right? So you're, 9 years old, love money. You start graduating. You mentioned Kingpin, right? So, are you making a little bit of money? You making a lot of money?
Well, to me, it's a lot of money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So at that time, then if you look at something that, the end of this, 60s going to 70, $5 is a lot of freaking money.
Yeah.
Like, if I have $5, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
If I'm counting all that change, that's a lot.
Yeah.
If I have all these dollar bills, that's a lot of money.
Yeah.
Even me having a wad of food stamps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It was money.
Yeah.
I had it.
Yeah.
But I'm also the oldest out of my siblings. And at least, I thought, like, my cousin, I thought he was always my older brother.
Yeah.
But it turned out that he was my cousin. So I was the person that was responsible. You know what I'm saying? Like, my mom only knew how to be a wife and a mother. My mom was really illiterate. She didn't know nothing.
Yeah.
And everything that she knew, she really learned from us. So I was responsible. I had to go pay bills. I had to, go shop and go to the store. I had to do these bills. And it was like just different things, but she didn't have anything. So after my dad wasn't there, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was nothing. We was on welfare, and it's like stuff that she couldn't get. Like, to this day, I'm a fanatic. Like, I can't go buy one pair of shoes. I gotta buy every color. I need every color that they had here. And I can't go buy one of this because we didn't have it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you definitely had a black pair of shoes. And I remember I got my little white marshmallows. Remember marshmallows? Did you remember marshmallows? You probably too young. Shut up. Don't say nothing then. But I couldn't wait to have those. Those shoes was popping to you know?
Yeah.
And I just knew that when I got older, I just need to make my money so that I could get these things. And then here goes my uncle, and now I'm learning something new. So I'm learning how to boost. You know what I'm saying? Like, they taking me in the stores, getting stuff. Wow, now I figured out another way I could get some new clothes and new stuff and don't have to really worry about these things. But everything that I was learning was not right. Later on, I learned to take some of my negative and put it into something positive. And pretty much that's where I'm at today. You know what I'm saying? So, like, today, I'm not upset and I'm not ashamed of half of the things that I went through really then, because I wouldn't be who I am today and I would not be able to make it. And I've made tons of mistakes. Tons. Lost tons of money. I knew how to get money. I never had somebody like you to teach me how to keep it. Do you understand what I'm saying? So that was repeated. I went through that repeated. You know what I'm saying? Of not respecting that right there. I had no respect for it.
And I love that, right? And so, you get to a space where you become self-sufficient. You get it by any means, right? And then you make a decision. You said, you know what? Enough is enough. I gotta go. You pack up and you start fresh. You move down south and you say, I'm gonna start a new life, right? So number one, talk to me about your mindset. Like, what type of mindset where you're like, you're living a life, but you're not living a life, right? Because you're making money, but there's things that come with the type of money you're making. But how does it get to that point where you're like, you know what, enough is enough. I'm gonna start fresh. I'm gonna go somewhere where nobody knows my name, like nothing. I'm just gonna start fresh. I'm gonna do this over. Like what? Like talk to me about your mindset at that time.
Yeah, that's crazy. I never forget, like, I remember when I transitioned over to just like go to work, you know, get a job. And I was working for BCW in New York, and I got paid. And I was sitting on my bed and I was doing my bills, and I was struggling because I was straddling the fence, like 1 foot in and 1 foot out. You know what I'm saying? And I was struggling. And I knew that day when I had spent my entire check, I literally had $17 left out of my check. And I had to wait 2 more weeks before I get money. And I ain't had no more money because I was really living a normal life, as they want to say.
Yeah.
And mentally, I was struggling because I knew how to get money. I could get money, that's easy. Money's easy to get. But it's how was I gonna get that money? And I made that decision. I picked up the phone and I called my sister and I said, will you pick me up? And she said, what? I said, I'm leaving, I'm coming to Georgia. And she said, get out of here. I said, I promise you, I'm out of here. I'm gonna leave. And I went over on Queens Boulevard and I went to the travel agent that I always used. And I told her to get me a one-way ticket to Georgia. And she said, what? I said, one. She said, when you coming back? I said, just give me a one-way. And I got that ticket literally the next day. I called my sister and I said I was in Hartsfield. So she said, where you at? I said, I'm here. And she didn't believe me. I had 2 suitcases. And I knew that. I said, I'm not going back. And I had a little bit of money now, because at this time, now, you know, I had got some more money. And I said, well, if this money run out, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I resigned, I quit my job. And
it's you by yourself? Or?
Just me. So I told my mom, so they stayed because it was in the middle of school. And she said, no, leave them right here until you get yourself together and figure out what you're gonna do. That was perfect.
Leave them, meaning your children?
Leave them with her, so they could go to school, finish the school year out. I didn't know what was going on here, but I knew I wasn't coming back. I was just so determined that I was just sick of this. Plus, you know, not just that, it's like my son's father, like my last son, you know, you don't have the same father as them. And, you know, after he got killed, I knew that I needed to leave New York because mentally, my mom was going back to the streets anyway. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everything was like, I gotta go. You know, not just for me, but for my sons also. I'm all that they have. You know what I'm saying? So I have to get better. You're getting older now, Debbie. You cannot continuously do these things. And I struggled that out. But I left and I came here. And I'm telling you, it was the best decision I could have ever made. And literally, I grew up right here. I became a responsible adult. I'll tell you who I am now. I am responsible now. I am really somebody's mother. I'm a whole lot of people's mother. You know what I'm saying? I got to fulfill dreams here legitimately with no negative thoughts in my head except to want to get rid of people at times. But other than that, Georgia has been good to me. And I owe it a lot as much as it owes me. You know what I'm saying? So the thing that I didn't learn still, I still had that problem of getting it and not being able to keep it. Like, that still was a problem. There was still a lot of things that weren't taught to me. The things that were taught to me was all the get over. You know, New York is all about that, you know, the get over. And I didn't have those other values. I didn't know about, I remember even when I went to get my first bank account, it was like funny. I didn't know a bank account, but shoot money in the shoebox and put in the closet or put up under the bed and do that. But I'm not going to no banks. You know what I'm saying? So even when I first got my bank account, and I was sitting there going through all that stuff. And then I remember somebody had hacked my bank account before. And it was like, that was crazy to me. You know, but I laughed because once upon a time, I lived a life like that. So I just felt that this is what's being, you know, is coming back to me. But I still didn't learn the value of what I had
Yep.
and how to put it away and how to invest and how to do all these things. I just knew how to get it and just let it keep rolling up in there.
Yep.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
for sure, for sure.
Until I collapsed. But I didn't collapse once, I collapsed several times. And you know that it's really like, when you know better, you do better, but I still wasn't doing any better.
Right.
And then I'd get one person that'll give me a little knowledge here and I might get a little better over there, and one person that tell me this, and then somebody else tell me something where you could get me for real. And now, so now I go get an accountant and 1 for me and 5 for him.
Right.
But I didn't know because I'm being told I wasn't paying taxes, going through all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? I was beating the system and doing everything else that I could do. So I didn't know any of this kind of stuff. I'm an overgrown woman. You know, now I'm going to the point that I'm about to be a homeowner.
Right.
I went and signed papers. Ain't no Negro put me in there.
Right.
Ain't no scheming, scamming, but I did this. Even though I did it, what did I really know still? I was just excited that I bought my first house, me, alone, that I did it. But there were still things that I didn't know.
Yeah. I mean, you know, and so in listening to you though, what it sounds like is that throughout your life, you've had many failures, and in these failures, though, if we look at Debra Antney today, it is the combination of those failures that make you who you are today. It is the combination of those failures who has made you a success, right?
What's success?
You tell me, what is success?
I want to know.
Yeah.
I would, because you said it.
Yeah.
You just said it.
Yeah.
Success.
And so for me, success looks like living life on your terms, whatever you say, right? So for me, there's no barometer on success, right? Debra has her own version of success. Ash Cash has his own version of success. Success is freedom for me, right? Success is waking up and saying, this is what I want my life to look like. This is what I want to do. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do. I'm just gonna live my life the way I want to live it.
And you don't have to compromise.
And I don't have to compromise, right? So not compromising is success. And so, you know, a lot of times people look at failure as if failure is the opposite of success. I believe that failure is actually a part of success, right? Because
thank you.
Right.
Finally, somebody else said that.
Right.
Because I say that became major arguments for me with people that they don't get it.
Yeah.
You know, the only way that you do better if you fail at things.
Absolutely.
You must fail at something in order to do better.
Yeah.
You understand? So you don't beat yourself up or you don't go through these. Like, even to this day, it's still things that I don't know.
Absolutely.
There's still things that I need to learn.
Yeah.
There are still mistakes that I make today.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And I'm not ashamed to say that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I'm not ashamed to pick them up for, oh, God, dog, I ain't pay this bill.
Right.
Or I might can't pay the bill.
Right. Yeah.
You know, don't look at, that's why I tell people that when you said, who is Debra Antney? Debra Antney is Debra Antney.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying? I'm not responsible for who you make me out to be.
Yep.
I'm only responsible for who I am.
Yes.
Don't put me up on a pedestal.
Right.
Don't place me somewhere that I don't deserve to be. And then you want to fault me when something happened. Listen, about, what was it, 2-3 years ago, now I'm losing track because COVID kind of messed us up with some time.
Right.
But I went through this thing where a guy robbed my tour bus in North Carolina, okay? And during that time, his friend shot him on my bus. So they went after Walker and learned, okay, they couldn't do anything, but they learned that that was not Walker's bus, it was mine, okay? So there was a lawyer that was there that played like my lawyer. I don't even know the man.
Yeah.
And he went to trial several times. These people sued me several times.
Wow.
So I was going to register all my cars. I'm in the doggone thing. Declined. Wow. Declined. Every card I'm pulling out.
Yeah.
Declined.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what the hell? Yeah. Like, I'm going. And I said, ma'am, hold on a minute. Just wait 1 second.
Yeah.
I know I'm loaded. I know I'm straight.
Right.
I'm going to the ATM.
Yeah.
I pull up the thing I'm watching things deplete.
Wow.
I literally fell to my knees inside of there. These people wiped me out.
Wow.
Not just that, I'm about to lose my home. I'm about to go through all of these things I'm gonna go through. My friend looked at me, she said, girl, we gotta do something for the media fund down, the people fund. I don't give a damn about no media. I don't care about that. I'm not ashamed. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
Like, those kind of things is not going to bother me. I still shop in Walmart. I don't care what I have. I'm gonna go where I wanna go. Wherever I want to shop, however I want to, it doesn't matter to me. I don't front for people and I don't live for people. But it was the most humiliatingest thing ever that happened to me because first off, the money should have never been there. I should have had the trust account, but I kept messing around and not paying things on my, still being irresponsible. Still being, I'm talking about a few years ago, still being irresponsible. You understand what I'm saying? This thing still to this day. But here's the thing. You go in, can I trust you? Can I trust you to make sure that I'm all right? So in some ways, to me, it's like you damned if you do and you damned if you don't. Because who can you trust? Who can you really trust? And those are just the things that, well, let's go back to my grandmother's days and cut it up and put it in a freaking mattress or whatever. You understand what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get but so much anyway. So that financial piece has always been a problem for me because making money is not the problem. That's easy. It's being able to keep it and understand and having that understanding understood. And how do I keep this? And how do I place this in these places? And how do I get to live comfortably and I'll be okay? Without always looking behind you and worrying about who's gonna take it away from you. Because even in this life, it's so uncomfortable. Because there's always people looking at you to tag you to come at you. Some kind of way. If you look at somebody wrong, if I look at you wrong, you put me in a courtroom and said, I reckless eyeballed you down here. That's a lawsuit.
It's a lawsuit,
You know, only because of who I am. But who am I? Why am I different from who the next Joe Blow is that's walking down the street? Because all it is that you're just being set up for it to be taken back away from you anyway. That's all it is. So tell me the right way and what is the freedom to financial success? What is that?
I mean, you know, uncovering a lot of it. I think a couple of things is I hear protection, right? Wanting to be able to protect what you've built. Number one. Number two, I hear, you know, how do you take that protection and be able to multiply it, right? And so number one, I feel like, you know, when you mentioned trust funds, right? So, you know, LLCs are a great way to create that protection.
No, they're not. Because I've had, but maybe I didn't do it right.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell you, right?
The people that's supposed to guide me to do that.
So let me tell you, what happens is that a lot of times people have forward-facing LLCs, right? And what does that mean? That means that you have an LLC that touches the people, right? And so let's say Mazay Entertainment, right? People know Mazay Entertainment, and so if they want to, you know, go after Miss Deb, they're gonna say, you know what? Let me go after Mazay Entertainment. Anything attached to it, let me go after it. But what if, right? And let me paint the scenario. What if, you know, Deb Antney created the Antney Family LLC? That nobody knows the name of it. It's the shell company. Nobody knows the name of it, and when Mazay Entertainment makes some money, somehow Mazay Entertainment, you know, connects or sends profits or money to the Antney Family LLC that nobody knows it. So it's not public facing. And so at the end of the day, Mazay Entertainment really doesn't have any assets, right? It's a pass-through LLC, right? The money is passing through it.
Let me tell you what's funny about that. All right. So these people that are still coming after with this little Robin guy. In federal court, he actually had me down as I'm a fraudulent person because I have multiple companies. But he said that I was hiding money through companies and exchanging money out and pushing it all the way through. Like I was laundering money. That's the way they made it look.
For sure.
So what you just said, on my own, I did that.
Absolutely. And you're a very smart woman for doing that.
Okay. But they made it look like I did something else.
Right. But perception is not always truth, though. right?
Yeah.
And that's the great thing in the court of law.
But in the federal court,
Yeah.
they made it look like he stamped me for being like I was fraudulent.
Yeah.
Or whatever.
For sure. Yeah.
So how?
Yeah.
How do that apply? I mean, here's another thing that I'm going to even go back to this.
Yeah.
Does it matter with the color of your skin and how you move money and how you do different things? Because I know I have friends that don't go through that kind of stuff.
For sure.
But yet if we walk in, it becomes something totally different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or me being a woman, and it's just like I just had a little too much.
Yeah.
That they was coming after me with, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I think it's layered, right? I think it's layered. I definitely think color of skin, does matter. I think that the fact that you're a woman does matter, especially when we think about your career, right? Like you are a boss in a male-dominated industry. When you think about the country was made for white men, period. Right? And so do you fall on the man? No. Do you fall on the white? No. And so what happens is that there are hula hoops and things that are put in the way to try to, break your spirit, to make you feel like you can't win. But if you understand the game as much as they understand the game, there are protections. There are ways to isolate yourself and isolate yourself in a way that does give you that protection, right? Because I think that's one of the best things about being, here in America, right? Is that we could just learn the rules and play the rules the way they play the rules, right? And so, I always, Jay-Z is somebody that I look up to, right? Because somebody from Marcy Projects was able to become a billionaire in a game that with everything stacked against him, it was not supposed to happen, right? But if you watch his moves, if you watch what he's done, he's played their game in the way, right? He's used the advantage, though, because there's an advantage of being Deb. There's an advantage of being black. There's an advantage of being a woman. There's an advantage of being what everybody wants to be. Everybody want to be us. We just got to see us, right? You just got to see you. You just got to know that you the plug, you the source. And as you see that and you maneuver and learn, right? You're able to become successful, right? Because I'll tell you one thing. When I look at your career, I know that anything you touch is going to be successful, right? You know why? Because of your background, because of where you come from, because of what you've been through, because of what you overcome. Think about somebody who was born rich. If somebody who's born rich and been given everything, their survival mechanism is zero. Right? I was a VP at a bank at 24. I was a CEO of a credit union at 31. You know why? I'm from the streets. I saw a dead body at 12. Right. So what's the worst thing I can see? Right? And so that's how I know. And so talk about that a little bit, right? The transition, right? You leave New York, been in the streets, having a certain layer that you have to build for yourself. You get a regular job, you move down here in a place you don't know anybody in, but still you manage to rise and become a success in your terms, but you were able to, make some big careers, right? Not small careers. Gucci Man, French Montana, Nicki Minaj, like some big Waka Flocka, some big careers, like gigantic careers. Talk about that a little bit.
That's the mother side.
Yeah.
That's me being a mother.
Yes.
That's all that is.
Okay.
I'm a nurturer.
Yes.
You understand what I'm saying? Like the one thing that I love out of everything is being a mother.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So me working with social service, doing 30, 60, 90-day plans, 120 days if you got a rough case.
Yeah.
I put that in effect with them, along with me being a mother.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So that's so easy for me. That's a catwalk.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That I could do blindfolded.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Taking care of you is easy.
Yeah.
Now I have to learn. All this time now,
Yeah.
I now have to learn how to take care of me. That's what I don't know how to do.
Yeah.
I don't know how to focus on me.
Yeah.
I don't know how to be selfish.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know how. I feel guilty if I have all of this and you're sitting over here with nothing.
Yeah.
Now I gotta give it all away. And now I gotta come help and then look stupid when whatever happens later on.
Yeah.
Do you understand?
Yeah.
I don't know how to do me.
Yeah.
I don't know what to tell you with anything else.
Yeah.
But I know now that I'm tired. I know now that I'm coming first, second, and third in everything, and everybody else is gonna come after.
Yeah.
It is now time for me to do me. It is
Yeah.
my turn.
Absolutely.
You know,
Yeah.
and in the interim, I know I'm gonna pick stragglers up.
Absolutely.
I can't help it.
Right.
I can't help it that I don't know how to mind my business when
Yeah.
somebody's going through something.
Yeah.
I feel people's stuff.
Yeah.
I know it. I'm
Yeah.
drugged to it, and I can't help it.
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
is something that's there that I cannot help.
Yeah.
But again, even sitting in this vault,
Yeah.
I feel wealthy sitting in here because you know why?
Yeah.
The one thing that I know,
Yeah.
I am the money.
Ah, there we go.
I know that.
Absolutely.
That's not.
Yeah.
That's not the problem.
Yeah. There is no problem though. I'm gonna
There's-
tell you why in a second. There is no problem.
Tell me why.
You just gotta recognize that there is no problem, right? Because you are the money, you are the wealth, and so regardless, right? Regardless, I think that what happens is this, right? When you recognize that you have to have this though, because you can't be fulfilled without this. You know why? Because when we talked about the careers that you've helped, right? You said that's easy. It's the mother in me. It's me being a mother, right? And so who are we? We are human beings, right? And so you can't fight against who you are. You could try to change, but that's just the top layer. You was who you was when you got here, right? You can't change who you are. You are a mother. And in that being, right, people are always the kid is always going to be attracted to the mother, right? But what happens is this, is that if the mother doesn't have this, right? If the mother can't take care of the kids the way she wants to take care of the kids, right? Then she's not maximizing her full potential. So I'll give you an example. So I always say that, you know, I say that I'm God, right? So I believe that I'm made in the image and likeness of God. So little g, right? And I say that I'm greatness on display. And I believe that everybody's job here on earth is to prove God, right? But you can't prove God without overcoming obstacles. You can't prove, right, whatever you believe in, God, Buddha, Allah, whatever, the universe, whatever you believe in, you can't prove that that thing exists without overcoming obstacles, right? But how do you do that? So I know for me, right, again, single parent home, youngest of three, my mom raised, you know, three of us. Where I am today is a testament to what can happen if you never give up, right? And so back to what we talked about success, you know, failure is not the opposite of success. Failure is a part of success, and the only way you get to success is if you never give up, right? If you keep failing, go ahead, fail, right? But keep going, right? And what happens though, the more you fall and the more you get up, the more successful you are, the more, guess what's gonna happen? The person, and that's why you gotta tell your story though, right? And I know you got a book coming out, and we need that story. You know why we need a story? Because there is somebody right now who is going through what you went through or has some variation of it, and you are God in the flesh, right? You are the person that's showing them, like, wow, her too? She went through that, right? And I believe that only comes from getting rid of survivor's guilt, getting rid of this thing that if I have more, I have to give it away. No, I actually need more to fulfill my purpose, right. You know? Right. And so I you know, I love that, you know, in your being, right? In your being, you're a mother. You're a nurturer, because I've seen that. Like even, you know, last year, and talk to us a little bit about this, right? So even last year, there was a situation in which there was a viral video of a young girl who was getting abused. Can you talk about that a little bit?
No, I can't.
Okay.
I literally cannot, because I'm actually kind of going through some stuff now, but I can't.
Okay.
Like talk about that. But I do know her.
Yes.
She was somebody that I knew.
Yes.
My granddaughter came down crying.
Yes.
And saying, you know, actually, like who that was.
Yeah.
So I can't watch stuff like that.
Yeah.
But sometimes I need to mind my business. I need to mind me.
Yes.
And do me.
Yes.
I need to put as much into me
Yes.
as I would into you.
Yes.
And that's what I don't know how to do.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? As hard as I am,
Yeah.
I'm still emotional. I'm still, I'm very much I'm 100% woman.
Absolutely. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So my gift is my curse and my curse is my gift.
Yeah, yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
I still have to learn how to take care of me and it's okay.
For sure.
It's okay, Debbie, for you to do this for yourself.
For sure.
It's okay if you have this right here.
Yeah.
Don't feel guilty about that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If this or that, I bust my behind for everything it is.
Yeah.
I don't ask somebody to give me nothing.
Yes.
I will teach you how to treat me. If that means I need to come and sweep your floor for you for the year for free, at the end of the day, you're gonna know that I swept that floor damn good and you ain't gonna want nobody else in there but me doing it. I know these things and I'm okay.
Yeah.
I have no problem showing you how good I am.
Yeah.
I'm good with that.
Right.
But I need to show me.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's not about who you are. It's about what are you gonna do for you? What are you gonna do for you?
Right.
Why are you doing so much for this one and you do nothing for you?
Yeah.
That's why I believe he takes things away from me. You don't want it. If I give it to you, you ain't gonna do nothing but give it away anyway.
Wow. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I just said this, December 24th of 2020, I was on the table where they were saving my life. Okay, Christmas Eve. And in that transformation of me laying there, he let me know, I'm gonna let you get up this time. But if you mess up this time, it's on you. And from that day to now, I am focused on me.
Yes. Yes. And what does that look like? What
It's
does
like,
focusing on you look like?
I'm not rushing for people,
Yeah. Yeah.
but I'm taking my time for me. And although people don't understand what I'm going through, I'm going through some things as we speak.
For sure. Yeah.
There are a lot of things that I'm going through.
Yeah.
You know, when I did hip hop, you know, so when I did that show, people don't understand. They would have no idea what I went through doing that show.
Sure.
And they only got like a quarter of the stuff from me. They were so pissed because there was so much that they knew that they wanted, but I couldn't give it to them. I was unable to give it to them. And each time I go out to speak, I give a little bit more. A little bit more, and then it's something, some weight lifted down off of me all over again. Again, I'm feeling good. People will never understand this. They will not understand it.
For sure. For sure.
But I have to do it in my time.
Absolutely, without a doubt. Yeah.
Not in your time, but in my time.
For sure.
That's real time for me.
For sure. Yeah.
And I can no longer move the way people want me to move.
For sure.
I've done that long enough. As though people, you know, even though people say, oh, she's so strong, oh, she's so this, she's so that. I was so weak, but I was weak for you. I was weak for the people. I was always weak for the people. They could always get me to do something for them. All you gotta do is just come cry to me and tell me a story, and I'm feeling sorry, and I'm right there for you. Today, the only person I want to be weak for right now is me.
Absolutely.
It's like fair exchange to me ain't no robbery. I'll give you as much as you give me.
That's a bar. I love that.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna give you as much as you give me. You give me this, I'm gonna give you that. But see, I already know when I step to you, even stepping near you, I'm blessing you. And I've learned that today. I'm learning that I do have a value.
Absolutely.
Because I didn't understand some of that stuff that people were saying, or I would get pissed off. Oh my God, I'd be looking at them like I get pissed. What the hell is wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like it really, but today I'm learning that's honoring. My head ain't swollen, my head ain't big. I know exactly who I am. I know what time it is. But I just sit in such a different place right now. I have so much lifted up off of me now, just that little bit that I talked about. But then the many people that come to me that let me know, I know I gotta do that book. But I still gotta do that book in my time. Because people don't understand. You don't know my story. You don't know what went on behind closed doors. You don't know what went on in my vaults.
And you gave us some, so we appreciate you. We appreciate you. You gave us some of it, you know, and I appreciate that. And then so when you look at, you know, where you are today, what's next? So when you look at, you know, everywhere you are, or you know where you are today.
I just said it. Getting me together. I want to now do the things that I want to do, not what you want me to do. Or not because you came and gave me this crying story about you and now, oh, I got to help you. Oh, don't worry, baby, I'm going to help you because I love underdogs. I love the underdogs. But you want to know something? I am the underdog. That's who I am. So now I'm going to love on me and I'm going to complete my book. You know, I'm coming back in this game. Because we're in a state of emergency. I believe hip hop's in a state of emergency. All the things that are going on today with us, with women, period. With women, I'm looking at, okay? So me coming back in there, me rebuilding my radio station, me doing things that I want to do today on my terms.
And then what are those things? So helping, rejuvenate hip hop, woman standpoint, your radio station, which I love, right? Giving voice to independent artists. What are some other things that are doing for you?
My book is like, that's really, really big for me. And it's television.
Okay.
Changing the perception of how we are on reality TV.
And I love that, right? Because there were, when we think about you starting out on growing up hip hop, or growing up hip hop Atlanta.
I started out on Love It Hip Hop.
Or Love It Hip Hop, but I'm saying, but when you were in growing up hip hop Atlanta, you were like a talent, and then now, are you still a talent, or has that transitioned for you?
I'm an EP.
Wait. So you started as a talent, and now you're EP.
I'm an EP.
Okay.
I came in as an EP.
Okay. So you came in as an EP. Okay. And why is that important, and why was that important for you?
To what?
To come in as an EP. Why not just be a talent?
Outside of talent, I'm talent also.
Yes.
But to have a voice.
Yeah. And control the narrative. Yeah. And why is that important?
It's super important.
To you? Why is it important
it's super important to me.
Why?
Because you're not gonna put me in the light you want to put me in, or make me be who you want me to be.
Yeah.
But also, give it enough time, your voice will be heard. And you'll get to change some things up. So we're about to shift change, even on that show.
Yeah.
It's about to be a shift change.
Yeah.
And I'm excited. So I don't want to talk a lot about that.
Yeah, that's all good.
Because my voice is heard now.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
So in a lot of areas, my voice is heard.
Yeah.
And I'm learning that I do have a voice.
Absolutely.
Not just this loud New York voice that she come in and she's loud and boisterous and but I do have a voice.
Absolutely.
And I am learning those things about me.
Yeah.
And hopefully I can learn some financial things from you.
Oh, absolutely. No, I got you.
You've been doing this for so long that I might can learn some financial things from you.
Absolutely. No, for sure. And I love it though, because I feel like, it's funny, right? So my wife, similar, right? So my wife grew up in Bed-Stuy, Brooklyn. Her family was in the streets, right? And so we actually watched Hip Hop Unlocked, and there was a part where you were talking about the Red Rooster, right? And she like immediately connected with that, because she understands when you're part of a family that's in the streets, right? Things that happen. And that's why I was saying it was so important, because there was a release for her, right? Like just watching that was like, oh my God, somebody has been through it. Somebody has said that. Somebody, right? And even in our conversation now, I realize how much the streets make you guarded, right? It makes you sort of like, guarded in a sense where you wanna protect what you love. You wanna protect you because not being too open or saying too much can literally hurt you.
But I was trained not to talk.
Yes.
I was already trained not to. That's why it's difficult for me to talk about things.
Absolutely.
Because I was trained, and also I was trained. Whatever went on in my household stayed right there in my household.
Yeah.
It stayed there.
Yeah.
You could not go out in the street, not unlike today,
right?
Where everybody tells what goes on in their bedroom. Everything.
They on live.
Social media is telling everything that's going on. I didn't come from that.
Absolutely.
Whatever went on in my household stayed in my household, and that's why there's lots of things that are difficult to this day because I'm still governed by these things. You understand what I'm saying? I'm not of this new age.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Like that's not who I am.
Yeah.
I'm still to that point that no matter what you do to me, I gotta eat that.
Yeah, it's a code.
You understand what I'm saying? I can't go and discuss something.
Yeah.
Even if you turned around right now and cussed me from here to kingdom come and said all kind of things and lie, I can't turn around and say, oh, you put that dirty sneaker on last week.
Right.
I can't say that.
Yeah.
I still have to, my word is my bond.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna die for my word.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna fall down to those things.
Yeah.
So I have to also look do that hurt me? You know, do that help? Do that hurt?
Yeah.
Like, what do it do?
Yeah.
But I'm gonna talk about the one thing that's the easiest thing for me to talk about.
Yeah.
Me. So that's why when doing the show, of course they want me to name names and say all these things.
Right.
I don't have nothing ill. I love every one of them. I enjoyed working with everyone and wouldn't trade that for nothing in the world.
Absolutely, yeah.
But what do you want to know? Because if you entrusted your life and you put your life in my hands, I value that.
Right.
I value that.
Yeah.
No matter what you do to me.
Yeah.
And I never said nobody did anything to me.
Right.
Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
When I told you I'm gonna help you, I said I will help you.
Yeah.
I didn't say if I help you, all this is mine.
Right. No conditions.
I said I was gonna help you.
Yeah.
So what are you upset about? Because I'm not upset.
Yeah.
But why are you upset? Why does everybody else feel that they have so much to talk about?
Right.
You talk about more stuff than me.
Right.
But I'm not gonna validate your feelings.
Absolutely.
I'm not gonna say anything, but you could talk by yourself. So here it goes. I'll do the show.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do what's easy to me.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna talk about me.
Right.
That's the easiest thing for me to do.
Yeah.
So I could talk about myself.
Absolutely.
Let me tell you about me.
Yeah.
And this is my experience.
Yeah.
But what I'm not gonna do is sit here and downplay the next person.
For sure.
I'm not doing that.
Absolutely. Yeah.
And if that makes me where I become the big person and everybody wanna see me, wrong person. But I learned that even me sharing some of the things that I went through, I know factually I helped a lot of people.
Absolutely.
Not just women,
For sure.
but men too.
Absolutely,
But what I needed them to know is that you can be and do anything you want.
Yes.
I came from welfare, I was on welfare, I went through a lot.
Yeah.
I ain't have nothing.
Yep.
You understand what I'm saying? I had to boil water to take baths at times. Like all kind of things that I went through.
Yeah.
You could do anything you put your mind to.
Absolutely.
That's the one thing that I wanted all women to know. That you don't have to take your clothes off. You don't have to do all of this stuff in order to make it. Because you can make it. And I bumped my head plenty of times. And guess what?
Yep. Still here.
I'm still bumping my head.
Absolutely.
And guess what I'm not gonna do? I'm not quitting.
Yep. All right, so thank you. I appreciate that, and I thank you, for being transparent and being who you are. And so when I think about someone who you made the transition, you go, you get a regular job, and then you still you still transition to becoming a music executive and helping other careers. But today, there's a lot of people right now who may have a 9-to-5, right? But they have that itch. They want to start a business, or they have a 9-to-5, or they have a regular job and they've started a business and they have what's called a side hustle. What advice would you give to the side hustler on how to be, successful in a business while they have a 9-to-5?
So we're not going to call it success, okay? Because again, we don't know people's success, and everybody do determine success differently.
Yes.
I don't know your goals. I can't determine your success really, but doing their homework is really, really important. Something I didn't do. Don't just go out and just start building stuff and not know exactly what you're doing. Being confident. And you can't bet on scared money.
Scared money don't make money.
Yeah, don't make nothing.
Yeah.
But you have to believe it's your vision. You know what I'm saying? And that's the thing that's important. Like, even when I did things, people's like, even with having Gooch and Nicki and Juice and Waka and French and all of them, everybody said, you can't put all those artists out, but you can't tell me what I could do. Because I can't work on one thing. You alone bore me. You're not going to hold my interest. I have to do multiple things. So for me, okay, I'll show you better than I could tell you.
Yeah.
But you have to know your own worth, and you have to know the direction that you want to go into, and you have to be confident in you.
Love it, yeah.
Period.
Yeah.
And once you start doing all those things and you do all your homework and putting all those pieces to the puzzle together,
yeah. No,
it is what it is. And don't be afraid to fail. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Flip it around and change it and do something different, because I went through that.
Right.
Like, it was things I couldn't do at first. What I did, turned around and recreated. I'm a creative individual, period.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
I'm asleep when I'm dead. I'm creating even when I'm laying there.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? I might wake up in the middle of the night and have to jot something down real fast so I don't forget it.
Yep. Yeah.
but just know who you are and be true to you.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
You know, that's so big, and I'm big on loyalty, even though that's not out there now.
Right.
That's super, super big.
Yeah.
And don't ever forget where you came from.
Yeah. Queens. No, I'm just playing. I just want to throw that in there. I just want to throw that in there.
See, that was a side what the people don't know
They don't
is what
know,
we
right.
went through.
Right.
And I got what you just did.
Yeah.
But I'm never gonna forget where I come
No,
from.
for sure.
Never.
For sure.
I just rep where I'm at right now.
Right, exactly. And we just to let it was a side joke, right? So fat shout out to our executive producer, Don Vito. So Don Vito, I'm a big Jay fan. And so we always play Jay-Z before to get hype. And so Don Vito wanted to play some UGK. I'll be honest, I don't know UGK. And so when Miss Deb walks in, I'm like, I didn't down talk UGK. I just said, nah, don't throw on Jay. And you were talking to me about Georgia and how Georgia is where you became a woman and where you became got responsibility.
You became responsible.
Yeah. And then so that's what the side joke is, because you.
No, but I also
Yes.
keep it 100.
Yes, please.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's like, because a lot of people from up top come here and they downplay the South.
Yeah.
But then it's like, my question is, what the ATL you doing here?
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? If you
yeah.
downplay it. And that's a lot of things. Like, I've sat in conversations and people from here be like, well, every time one of y'all come down here, y'all just try to say we slow, we this.
Yeah.
But I learned they not slow. They just take their time.
Yeah.
We the ones rushing, and we rush past everything it is that we're supposed to have. That's why I go through what I'm going through, because I'm speeding. Jesus,
Oh, that's
I just
a
learned
bar.
something.
I'm about to
Dog.
say, that's a bar right there. There we go.
I just learned.
There we go. That's a bar.
I just learned something.
Yeah.
But that's why I can't
Yeah.
go nowhere, because I'm always in a rush.
Yeah.
I'm always speeding.
Yeah.
Jesus. Oh my God. I just learned something.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
They might be left, but this is real stuff.
Inside the vault.
I just said that.
Yeah.
That everybody's zooming past the
Right.
You go to New York, cars,
Right.
everybody's speeding.
Yeah. No, it's
But
funny.
here-
I go up top now. I get anxious.
You can't deal with it,
I
right?
can't deal with it no more. Yeah.
Because people here take their time.
Yes. Yeah.
We always rushing.
Yeah.
We just want everything right now. We don't want to wait for nothing. We don't want to work. We don't want to do nothing. We just want it. I want that now.
Yeah.
And I'm not waiting for that.
Right.
Yo, I just,
Yeah. Inside the vault, baby. You see what we do here?
yo, that's so crazy. And probably that's why I go through what I go through.
For sure.
I don't know how to wait. I don't have no patience. I'm
Yeah.
speeding.
Yeah.
I'm doing 100 miles in a 10-mile lane.
Yeah.
And that part of me didn't stop.
Right.
It just did not stop.
Right.
I'm always moving so freaking fast.
Yeah.
I wish they would tell me to rush in here and do stuff now, because I'll be just taking my time.
Yes.
I just take my time because I'm not speeding.
Right.
And even though I know that I have to learn to respect time,
Yes.
but whose time?
Right.
Because they didn't respect my time.
Right. Yeah.
They did not respect my time.
Yeah.
I gave my time up to lots of people, and they didn't respect it.
Yeah.
Now it's my turn.
Yeah.
I just learned something.
Yeah.
I swear, if for nothing else, me coming to do this right now, no, all BS aside, I really appreciate that.
Yeah.
Because I really just learned something
Yeah.
in the vault.
Inside the vault, baby. All right, so talk to me about mentorship, because you're a mentor to so many people. How important is mentorship? Do you think mentorship important?
You have to get back what's given to you.
Yeah.
Because if you don't, it's a waste.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And for me, young people, like my demographic is 15 to 34. That's my strongest demographic.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And it's very important to give back.
Yeah.
You have to.
Yeah.
You know why? Because it's not about success for me. It's my legacy. I want to leave a legacy.
Yes.
My dash in the middle is very, very important. From the day I'm born to the day I leave here. Whatever happened in here is very important to me. And I want my work to supersede all that other stuff that went on in that dash.
Absolutely.
Because there was a lot of things that went on.
Yeah.
But I want my give-backs, my mentorships, to be much greater, to be much bigger. And people get mad at me because I hold a conversation a long time with a person because in my spirit, it feel like they need it.
Yeah.
It feel like I have to do this.
Yeah.
So I'm obedient to what I'm being told at that time.
Yeah.
Some people can't get the time of day out of me. Some people I shut down. I like you. Because normally I wouldn't even sit here and talk to you. I'd already feel your spirit and it wouldn't be feeling right to me. And I actually move on spirit.
Yeah.
Like all BS aside.
For sure. Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
So when you sit there and you go through that, I believe that I know that it's divine order.
For sure.
Because he's telling me to do that.
Yeah.
So it ain't your time right now.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying?
Absolutely. All right, cool. So we're gonna do our lightning round.
This is some tricky stuff.
No. It's really straightforward. So with the lightning round, what we do is, we're inside a vault literally. We take bank terms and we flip the bank terms to make them coincide with with us here at the vault. So the first one is deposit slip, right? Deposit slip is, you walk into a bank, you use a deposit slip to deposit money into the bank. But for us inside the vault, deposit slip is a slip up, right? So sometimes, a time that you slipped up with a deposit, right? With money, right? And so talk to me about a time that you would say that you've messed up with money. What has been one of those deposit slips?
I messed up with money by leaving it in there and letting the people in North Carolina take all my money up out of there.
Yeah.
Okay, because I wanted to do all these other things.
Yeah.
And didn't pay attention.
Yeah. And being someone, who's had, you've made a lot of money, like always, what would you say is the most extravagant thing you've done with money?
I don't know, because I always take care of people.
Yeah, okay.
I don't really, it's not me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm not a cars, jewelry, and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
I think the most extravagant thing I did with having $2 is building a store for these children in a school.
Okay.
That's something big for me.
Yeah.
Like, I love that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And that was actually going to be my next question is like, what's the most impactful thing you did? But, the extravagant thing and the impactful thing for you is goes hand in hand.
It's my give backs that's more important to me.
Yeah.
Than anything.
Yeah.
I love charity. Like, that's huge for me. If I could just live off of just charity, just doing charity, I would be so happy.
Yeah.
Like, I can't tell you what it feels like to put smiles on people's face.
Yeah.
Because one of the things, I know what it feels like not to have.
Yeah.
I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
I know what it feels like opening the box of cereal and all the roaches are sitting in there. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know what it feels like to open the refrigerator and the smoke is coming out. I know what that feels like.
Yeah.
So for me, being in a position to be able to help another one,
Yeah.
then I'm gonna tell you a secret. That's why I never fall. Because people come from, I don't even know who you are.
Yeah.
And I'm blessed.
Absolutely. Yeah.
My seeds are planted all over the place.
Yeah.
And I don't even remember you.
Right.
And it's done from my heart,
Right.
not from my hand.
Yeah.
I didn't look for nothing in return.
Yeah.
But guess what? When I need it, I've learned today, it's there.
Yeah.
I don't fall.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah. I love it. All right, next one. Credit check, right? So credit check, but credit check is, obviously to see credit worthiness. But for us here inside the vault, credit check is, those people, mindsets, things, whatever that you have to credit on your journey. So where you are today, who or what or who gets that credit check? What gets that credit check?
for where I'm at today,
Yes.
I always have to give it to that man upstairs.
Absolutely.
I have to.
Yeah.
I have to give it to him.
Yeah. Yeah.
I have to.
Yeah. Yeah.
I don't, here's the craziest thing. I can't sit here and name a bunch of mentors that I would have.
Mm-hmm.
I'm such a threat to people, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get it.
I have people that I could name for various things that I've done.
Yeah.
But to really say that somebody took me under their wing,
Yeah.
I've never had that.
Yeah. Yeah.
I've never had the confidant that I could go to.
Yeah.
I've never had the person that I could depend on.
Yeah.
I don't even have people that could do for me like that.
Yeah.
I'd have them where if they supposed to do for me, I end up doing for them.
Yeah.
That's how the game is supposed to go anyway.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't know what that feels like, to be perfectly honest
Yeah.
with you.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Even me going out and they want to call me the manager, but the manager that needs a manager. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's like, who could do that?
Yeah.
And that's why my book, the title of it is called Unmanageable Me.
Oh, that's a good one.
That's my title.
Oh, that's a good one. That's a good one.
Unmanageable Me.
Yes, yes. Hey, but honestly though, again, not to get spiritual, but it's like that's why you're so close to God though, right? You gotta think about it. If God, again, no matter what your religion is or what you believe in, if God is the bar,
The helm of your life.
right? If God is the bar and you're at a space where no one could do for you, that just means you're closer to God like than right? Because if somebody else is here and somebody could do for them and their source is not the source, then it just, maybe that's not your responsibility, right? Maybe, the message is to just lean on the source. Lean on the source. All right. If people want to connect with you, if they want to, connect with you, and see what's next, and just, just tap in, where can they find you?
Social media, of course, is Debra Formazay. That's Debra, the number 4, Mizay. Debra Antney, DebraAntney.com. So I'm not hard to find. Like,
Yes.
people say I'm hard to find after they do whatever they do, but I'm not hard to find.
Yes. All right, y'all. Another powerful episode of Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. We are closing the vault. Once the book come out, we might have to have Miss Deb back because, I'm going to read the book, every part of it, and we're going to come back. But I appreciate, we got a lot. This was very healing. This was very powerful. Please go back, watch it, see all the gems that was said, that wasn't said, right? You got to read between the lines. But Miss Deb dropped a lot of gems. But we're closing the vault. Thank y'all for tapping in, tuning in. I'm going to see y'all next time Inside the Vault with Ash Cash. Tell a friend and tell a friend. In God's will. Peace.